My name's Tom Scott and we're at Real Groovy Records, and this is where it all started. And these are my parents, because this is where it all started.
You tell your mother that I love her, and I hope your brother finds peace. Till then, till then.
Tell me about this record, Pops. What is important about this record?
Okay, so Tom was born in Brixton, which is South London, probably the biggest Caribbean community in the whole of Europe, and these guys are crucial. Simandi. We used to hang out with some of them at a bar called Clock House, I believe. I ended up playing with a band called Peter New, and we basically played Caribbean reggae jazz.
At one stage he was in a band and played at Dingwalls on Sunday afternoon, and the band was called Chuck Presley and the Rolling Beatles.
Simandi, who you later caught on with, that's Bammy, that's Mike Rose, Derek, and these guys kind of took me under their wing musically, and we have a lot of history together, Sam Kelly and the rest of it. But that's where Tom was brought up, so that is the background. It's essentially the Caribbean and funk and stuff in New Orleans.
And when I went back there, my dad always plays music through a bass amp. He only wants to hear the bass line, and I used to be like, bro, I can't even hear anything but the bass line. When I went back there were these old Jamaica fellas in a yard, and they were playing their music through the exact same amp, and I was like, yo, that's what my dad does. And they were like, yeah, no shit, we only want to hear the bass line, you fucking idiot. But it made sense. But yeah, that band like totally slept on at the time, right, Pops?
Yeah.
And they're still playing. I was in Brixton a couple of weeks ago and they're still playing.
True.
Yeah.
In Brixton?
Yeah, so Bammy was playing.
Yeah,
I went to the park where you were born.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom wasn't born in a park.
I wasn't born in a park.
He was born in
the house by the...
I was born in a hospital. Fun fact.
Found him in a park.
I just want to tell a great story about when he was 3 weeks old. I was always the driver with Pete's gigs. He had a gig in Glastonbury in June 1984, and Tom was 3 weeks old with Dr. John. Every time Dr. John came to London, they would play with him. So anyway, we get in the car, we've got the drums in the back, down we go all the way to Glastonbury. 3 weeks old, I've got him in a carry cot in the back of the car, and we get there and a tractor comes to pick us up. Pouring with rain, and we go across to the backstage on this tractor, and I had to leave the carry cot behind, which meant that I didn't have anywhere to carry you, so I'm carrying him in this backpack at 3 weeks old. We get backstage, it's so bloody loud, I could not believe it. Little tiny baby, no headphones in those days, of course, and so I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this 3-week-old baby? And so our friend Tony, I think it was, who was playing with Third World, he said, come into Third World's caravan. So, and it'll be quiet in there, and that was Sly and Robbie, of course, were playing bass and drums with Third World.
And that's the first time I smoked weed.
And we went into the caravan, and they were smoking these huge big doobies, like about that big, and I'm thinking, oh bloody hell, so I'm having to take this wee baby out of the caravan, and I have never been so glad to see them get off stage and get in my car and drive back to London.
This is Dr. John, otherwise Mac Revenack. There's Tony Uta.
He's still playing the congas at 97 years old, Tony.
So I used to play with Mac Revenack when he came out, and that was one of my other big loves, aside from the Caribbean, was New Orleans R&B.
One thing that I want to chat about records is my parents would always leave things in the records, right? And it's kind of like a time capsule, because whenever I'd go to play one of your records, I'd find something. It might be like, look at this random shit. What is that? And I kind of do that now. It's a cool way to like keep your memories.
If you've got a ticket to a concert or something, you just put it into any old album, and then when you go to play the album, you go, oh wow, what's that? See, I hadn't even seen this.
There you go. Bring your parents to work day. I remember like I was supposed to be asleep, and down the hallway there'd be this music leaking out the door. It sounded like joy, because whenever the music was playing, you guys were probably partying, like in the best way. It made me like
in the best way
feel happy and like comfortable, you know, for real. But like, so that's how much I love music. Yes, so when I hear this shit, I hear like
this is good
joy in the house, stuff. You know? Yeah, this record was huge to me.
It's a great album.
It's like the Meters.
Yeah, and it's the Meters. The funk rhythm section of New Orleans.
No, you go, bro. What you know about Neville Brothers, bro? Nah, this is an underrated album. It was tight. Still tight. Womack and Womack, I think this is another record that reminded me of just like joy in the house. Like whenever this was on, there was a party on. But it was really the album before this, Conscience of My Conscience or whatever, which I think is a perfect record. And then this...
Yeah, Funkadelic. We went to see Parliament. It was the most out of it concert I've ever seen. It's organised chaos. And
did you wear a nappy on stage after that?
It's close.
I interviewed George Clinton once.
Yeah.
He said funk is the ring around your bathtub. But I think Why there's a connection here is when I was a kid, my dad was trying to hit me to what I was into. I was into Snoop Dogg, and Snoop was sampling this, right? So my dad would play me the sample, and it all made sense. And then for my 10th birthday, this guy got me the Doggy Style album on tape, and I was like, yo, and I played it every day. And then my mum found it.
I heard it, and it was all swearing and lots of violence, and I thought, he's 10 years old. Put Van Morrison on, or Bob Marley, so I threw it away.
To be honest, it was a lot of misogyny, Mum. I think that's what you were...
You still got into your hip-hop, and your rap, and your breakdancing, and graph, and all those elements that make up hip-hop, didn't you?
Your hip hop, you've heard about your hip hop.
Hey, give her a break, bro.
Mum, I love you. People want to say where it all started. I've seen people on here just being like pretentious and fucking, oh, look at this obscure jazz. I was like, nah. Where it all started, Muppet Show. Okay, Animal, top 5 drummer all time. Tony Williams, ain't got shit on Animal.
But Jane was working in TV.
I was looking after the kids on Annie, the musical Annie, in the West End, and my uncle was the sound operator on the Muppet Show.
Right. I just wanted to say I like the Muppet Show. That's all I was trying to say. I couldn't find Astral Weeks, but I was listening to Astral Weeks heavy while I was making this last album, so I wanted to shout that out. But this is the best we could do. Greatest ginger man of all time. Agree?
Yeah, is he?
Name a greater ginger man.
Simply Red.
She ain't got shit on Van.
I love Van Morrison. I'm not sure about them. That was way before Van Morrison's days. But I love Astral Weeks. I love Feed and Fleece. Moondance, yeah, I love Moondance, and I love all of his stuff. He's just putting on so much stuff. He keeps on putting out records. I went to London to see Van, and he had his back to the audience the whole time.
I hate when people will tell you about, not a big fan, but he's a nice guy. I'd way rather people say, fuck, he's a prick to work with. Album's good though, you know? Van Morrison.
Lorraine met him once, didn't she?
Lorraine said he's a prick.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Lorraine, love you.
Donny Hathaway, Little Donny Hathaway as he was called, because he was a very young gospel star, and in my opinion it's my favourite live album.
Better than the Curtis one?
Yeah.
Ooh, hot take.
Ooh, controversial.
Hot take.
Stunning bass solo by Willie Weeks, and I've got a hat just like that.
That's the connection right there.
Yeah.
I love of those hats. I like those hats also.
You got to have a soul hat. Yeah.
When I got a bit older, I would come around and ask my dad if I could borrow some records, and that's kind of like how I got educated on a lot of things. And you gave me this, you gave me Curtis, you know, all these records, and I take them home and study them, and like I'm really privileged for that, you know, really lucky to have that. Like, because when my mum and dad broke up, she got the house, but he got the records. And he just said, before we're looking at this rare ass Sun Ra album, and he's like, oh yeah, I sold that one. I'm like, bro, you're selling away my future. You gotta like keep the Sun Ra records. I love that record, man. Best cover of all time, I'm gonna say.
As well as listening to all the jazz and funk and soul that Pete introduced me to when I first arrived in London. I loved Little Feat and I loved Steely Dan.
Hell yeah.
You know,
say that.
Stuff like that. So much music to talk about, it's quite hard.
Let's talk about Steely Dan. Just love Steely Dan.
I love Steely Dan.
Say that. See, that's going to free a lot of people. That's going to help a lot of people feel better about themselves watching this.
I probably love Little
Steely
Feat
Dan
more.
Appreciation. But no, I reckon this record's underrated, man. I was in this record store in Melbourne one time and I found a record of his that was like $500, Japan pressing. Like, look, I don't encourage this, but I put it in my record bag and I walked out the store. Don't ever do that at Real Groovy. And when I walked out the store, I saw my bro Corey Champion and I was like, bruv, check this out, I just got the $500 copy of. And he's like, yo. And then his mate that he was with was like this hipster dude that owned a record label in Melbourne. And he goes, yeah, it's not cool, man. And I was like, fuck you, like, bro, I'm trying to tell my friend that I just stole this cool ass record. That went around the whole city of all the fucking record stores, and it got back to my homie Chris from Northside Records, who I really love. And he goes, Tom, you got to take the record back. And I was there to promote Mata TK's record because it was on my record label, and the whole point was to get in record stores, and I had ruined it all with one fucking record. And it turns out that the album was called Karma. And it's one of my favorite records. It's not this one, but don't fuck it. Yeah, I really believed it was like instant karma. I want this one too, but I won't steal it. Yeah, love this dude though. Jazz is cool, but this is better. You know, you want to talk about classic albums, what you know about this? Hakuna Matata? Hakuna Matata? Like, what a wonderful phrase, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No worries.
No, I don't.
For the rest of your days. No, this was like banging in the whip back in the day. Smash this. I think Elton John like wrote some of the shit. And then the kid that did the singing was this dude, Jason Weaver. And he had like a whole bunch of R&B hits. I always hear people on these kind of shows say, you know, music was around in the household a lot. I listened to a lot of music as a child. Like, no shit. Everyone listened to music as a child. Like, yeah. But this is what I liked.
I didn't.
You didn't? What you listen to?
Sound of silence. There was nothing.
What you know about
Okay,
Scribe? Jack DeJohnette made the
Said.
beat. A lot of people think it's P Money.
Tell Ringo.
Give
He's
up.
the business.
Used to break dance to this song. It goes hard. Christina Aguilera, come on over.
Oh, really?
It's inviting.
Yeah.
Come on over. We had sort of some kind of remix version. Great song. Who invented autotune? Cher.
Yeah.
First of a kind.
She is.
Banger. This album.
Auto-tune.
What you know about that? iPod, the album. It's just an album that has stuff you might put on an iPod. Great album. Thank you for coming in. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for raising me.
Love you too, darling.
And
We're
I'm
so
sorry
proud
that I
of you.
talk shit about yous in my music, but you know, yeah, I do love yous too.
Is it cash or a check?
PayPal. Yeah. Thank you, Real Groovy.
Love you, darling.
Love you. Kia ora, my name's Tom Scott, and I'm here at Real Groovy, and these are my parents, because this is where it all started. They made me in that, innit?